existe el cuerpo. Oiga.
Whoa.
¿Qué quieres?
Welcome back to the channel, gang. Tonight we finna get into some creepy TikToks. You already know what's going on. Y'all ain't ready for this one. Let's get into it.
Just even the thought that a guy like Robert Pickton could be granted day release. Not only by far Canada's worst serial killer, but you could argue that this guy is the most prolific North American serial killer, with the exception of someone like Samuel Little. Just for reference, Gary Ridgway had the most number of victims in the U.S. at 48. Pickton fully admitted to an undercover cop that he had 49 victims, and it just broke his heart that he couldn't make it an even 50. It's crazy when you also factor in that justice wasn't even really done in this case. There are people that were at the Pickton farm watching what was going on, participating in what was going on. Pickton would invite people to parties where these things were happening, and no one else has ever been charged. It's almost impossible that he'll ever get any type of parole, but just, being a Canadian, it's crazy to see these things happen. I mean, they let the Greyhound bus guy go, oh, he's doing really well now, we just hope he stays on his meds. Karla Homolka. Canada had the death penalty at one point up until the 60s, and now you can't even get life without parole. The Supreme Court of Canada considers it cruel and unusual punishment. You know what's cruel and unusual? Feeding people to pigs.
Just learned a lot about a serial killer that I didn't think I needed to know, and I still don't think I need to know, but now we know those things, and I hope I sleep well tonight.
Some think the noises are being made by foxes or coyotes, but others don't think so, saying coyotes, for example, have a much more canine-like shriek and aren't nearly as loud. It's still unclear what exactly was making the noise that night. On September 6, 2016, a Reddit post was made linking to a video that claimed to feature a weird noise from the woods. Included was text that read, "I put the kids to bed tonight and heard this loud, really bizarre sound coming from the woods outside my house. It lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. We have a handful of neighbors nearby, but this was too loud to be coming from them. It seemed to be coming from the direction of a nearby AM radio tower. But can those towers make noises like this? I googled around but couldn't find anything similar." This is the video. Commenters immediately started speculating what the sound could have been. One of them suggested it could have been the sound of high winds passing through a nearby cell tower, the metal on metal being what created the eerie tone. But the poster replied saying there was almost no wind that night, and even on days when it was windy, he never heard this sound. Another said the sound was extremely consistent with what it sounds like to drill into a strut or support that's made of high carbon steel, but said that it would be weird to be doing this that late into the night. To this day, it's still unknown what the sound in the video actually is.
I would not be outside if I heard something crazy like that, let me tell you that much. Please, just run away.
This next video, a group of friends are exploring a large parking lot filled with buses that are no longer in use. Each bus, according to them, is defunct. But the reason they're here isn't just to look at old buses, but instead to see if anything strange happens while being there. Rumor has it, the property is haunted. The Soyapango district in El Salvador, where these buses are located, has seen a lot of creepy things on this property. From shadow figures that look like passengers sitting down inside a bus, to a bus that occasionally honks its horn late at night. Residents avoid coming here at all costs. But to Henry Portillo and his friends, this was a perfect spot for some excitement. Although fun at first, things got serious. While talking to a neighbor who lives right next to the parking lot, this happens.
Miren, 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 miren. Está encendido, ve. Están encendidos. Se han encendido las luces del bus.
Estará abierta la puerta.
No sé. Está encendida la luz del bus, bichos. Bichos. Miren, bichos. Miremos si no hay nadie adentro. Miremos si no hay nadie adentro.
Just when the group was beginning to have doubts about the place, they see this. The taillight on the bus is somehow turned on. After checking to see if there might be anything to explain this, they find nothing. Although it could be that only certain parts of the bus work, they found it creepy that this happened out of nowhere in a place that is said to be haunted. Not really sure how to explain this, and feeling a bit spooked, the group walks away and explores the rest of the town. But when looking back at the buses from far away, they see this.
Ah, no mames, güey. I don't see anything. Ay, Dios mío. Is that a person? No mames. Aquí está el cuerpo. Oiga. Wow.
¿Qué quieres?
Miren. A la madre, güey. That guy is not moving.
In the distance, the silhouette of a dark figure stands next to a bus. It appears to stand in place without moving an inch. Seeing this was enough to make everyone's blood run cold. This unusual figure had a very uncanny quality. Upon seeing this, the group knew it was time to leave. The video ends with the group heading out, but it's unknown if they went back down to the buses before they left. Given this clip, they most likely stayed away. The group certainly thinks that they caught a ghost on camera or something like that, but as with most videos, what was captured remains a mystery.
Whoa. Yeah, I was definitely confused initially. I was like, it's just a bus with the tail light on, but then the figure there. All right, now you got me a little spooky there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Creepy spanger. Spanger's house is so fucking creepy, bro. Okay, well, there's your Spanger video for the night. Dude, that Spanger's house is more creepier than anything else, bro. Let me know what y'all think, though.
There's this viral video going around, the school balloon video, and it's a janitor after hours cleaning up and stuff. The school is built on top of a cemetery and how it gives him weird vibes, and then he goes into the specific room that has a bunch of balloons, and then he points to a red balloon on and he starts saying how like this specific balloon is following me. Some people are saying, oh, what if it could be static electricity? But he's too far away for that to happen, and why isn't the other balloons following him? And also people are saying maybe it could be a string, but I feel like you could tell when it's a string.
Yo.
And
I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. Ooh, okay.
No way there's a string, bro.
Like you would have seen the string attached to the balloon like move like there's a string.
See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh.
Saw that? Yeah, he saw that?
What's that?
Ooh.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's real or do you think it's fake?
I feel like it's real, bro.
Yeah.
And it couldn't have been static because it was mad far, bro. You would go around walls, bro. There's no way the static electricity would follow you like that. And in the shadow, too. If I was him.
I mean, sure, you could put a string on the balloon, but what was that thing that darted in the background? That was super fast. Let me know what y'all think that was, man. That was crazy.
October 25th of 2022, a paramedic posted a video of something freaky that occurred during his lunch break. The video is pretty short, so not much happens, but it's a certain detail caught in this footage that makes it quite disturbing. The video begins with the paramedic filming inside a hospital where a couple of surgeons are getting ready to transfer a very sick patient to a different wing. The paramedic walks out of the hospital to record them coming through. It isn't until later that the doctors arrive with the sick patient, who according to them passed away only hours later. The paramedic then stops recording. Now, it was only after finishing work that the paramedic had watched this video and noticed something strange about it. Looking back at the footage, they noticed that during the time they were waiting outside for the doctors to arrive, something unusual was caught in the background. Take a look. If you look closely at the hallway inside the hospital, a dark, shadow-like figure can be seen standing at the end of the hall. It's there for just a few seconds before suddenly disappearing from sight. The paramedic has no idea as to who or even what this might have been, but judging by its appearance, viewers believe that an entity of some sort was seen. They further add that this entity might have been death itself, considering that the patient in this video passed away that same day. Yet it's still not sure as to what was captured. But one thing that's certain is that whoever or whatever this was didn't seem to belong in this hospital. It remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting because it's broad daylight and it's a hospital, so you would think there's some type of detail that would pop up on that person's, clothes or something, but it's just pitch black, so I don't know. Let me know what y'all think that is. Comments say Grim Reaper.
This is ridiculous. Phoenix, Arizona. Shayna's Nail and Spa on Chandler Boulevard. A guy's in there just trying to get his feet done, as he put it. And this other guy, I guess, just walks in. And I don't know if he actually wanted to get something done or if he was just being an insane maniac. But he did this.
Huh? What the taking so long? Huh? Hey, you stupid what's taking so long? Are you gonna be able to get my fucking my hand too? What are you scared of? Stop being scared. Hey, will you get my hand too? Alright, you.
What is wrong with you? You feel like a big man? You feel powerful and strong, screaming at and frightening women in this place? That's your deal? We never get a good look at his face, like this is the closest it comes, but I swear, if someone knows him in real life, they recognize him from this. They recognize him from his posture, from his behavior, from the sound of his voice. So Phoenix, Arizona, do me a favor. Please, tell me who he is.
Well, that guy's a jerk for sure. He sounds drunk though, so I don't know. They should probably just escort him out. But I don't know if he's drunk, he might get violent. I don't know, but he seems drunk to me. But let me know what y'all think.
According to the CIA, certain people have superpowers like telekinesis, telepathy, and the list goes on. According to their research, they were actually able to prove that certain people can move things through walls, read thoughts, and many other types of superpowers you only see in a Marvel movie.
Shoot that and it's gonna turn on. 3, 2, 1. Bah.
In this particular video, a man was caught on a CCTV camera trying to cook with a torch, but the torch wouldn't work. So what does he do? Pay very close attention. This is as creepy as it can get. What is going on here? This is crazy. What are your thoughts?
My favorite comment says he ate the flame fruit. That's a One Piece joke for the anime fans out there. But yeah, well, I don't know what they got going on in China, I think he said. We got the X-Men out there. Let me know if what y'all think about that one.
When we talk about people that got done the absolute dirtiest in history, we got to talk about Lindy Chamberlain Creighton. You might not know the name, but you definitely know these 4 words. Dingo ate my baby. Now, because let's actually talk about how messed up this was. So this family goes to Ayers Rock with their 9-week-old Azaria. Then Azaria disappeared with parents Lindy and Michael obviously reporting it, with Lindy saying that a dingo had dragged her out of the tent. That's a dingo, by the way. Officials searched for her, and the only trace of her they could find was a bloody jumpsuit, which would make sense because, you know, dingo. Which the coroner originally agreed with. But here's where the story of a baby getting buried by dogs somehow gets darker. A different coroner was involved, and they said that someone had purposely cut up the jumpsuit after they, you know, life retired Azaria, which I thought they settled because, you know, dingo. Courts ended up finding Lindy guilty in the very first degree of Casey Anthonying her own daughter and then trying to stage it as a dingo attack. And you know the courts were on one because one of the pieces of evidence was blood in her car that ended up not even being blood. Trial basically got the TMZ treatment, and public opinion had convicted her before she even got to court. They even tried saying she was guilty because she didn't grieve enough. Like you don't look sad enough, so you definitely murked your baby, right? So Lindy got life in prison and Michael was charged as an accessory. Even had to give birth in prison. Except 4 years later, some dude fell to his finale, and while looking for him, they found Azaria's missing jacket right by a den of, I don't even need to say it. Really long story short, but Lindy ended up being exonerated, but Dingo Ate My Baby would get memed to death. So imagine your baby gets turned into a chew toy, people blame you for it, they say you're guilty because you're not sad enough. Whole time Dingo really did eat your baby, just for it all to end up being a punchline. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a peaceful person, but I'd have to turn Joker. Like, ain't no way, I'm getting my restitution. Dingo got the O.J. Simpson stimulus package. Bro got out scot-free.
Wow, okay. I didn't know the backstory behind that phrase, but now I do, and that was a roller coaster of emotion. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, because that was crazy.
This couple actually had a monster underneath their bed. In 2014, a couple returned home and found their room was trashed beyond belief. There was lotion on all the door handles. All their shoes had their inner soles ripped off, and there was a bucket of paint dumped on top of their toilet. They called the police, but the police could not find any evidence of a break-in, so the couple began thinking it was something paranormal. Moments later, the couple would call the police again, after hearing what sounded like a dying animal underneath their bed. What the police found underneath that bed is nightmare fuel. Coming from underneath the bed was a lanky lady high on meth holding a syringe and a kitchen knife. The police later determined she climbed a nearby tree and got in through the window. The officer tells them the lady had been scraping underneath the mattress trying to get to you. After this event, they would get a new mattress.
Dude, I cannot even imagine having someone high on meth with a needle. Dude, I'm freaking out. Because what if they hit you with the needle? You don't know what's in there. Ugh. I don't know, man. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Jesus.
So this man just illegally made almost $2 million by secretly eavesdropping on his wife's work calls. Basically, Tyler Loudon's wife, a manager at BP, was working on the acquisition of a company called Travel Centers for $1.3 billion. Now, this information was supposed to be strictly private. If anyone other than BP employees knew, they could make a ton of money in the stock market, which is called insider trading and is illegal. However, Tyler just hated seeing his wife tirelessly working so many hours every day. So when Tyler and his wife were on vacation together inside a small Airbnb, he decided to secretly eavesdrop on what she was talking about in her remote business meetings. When Tyler figured out that BP was planning to soon acquire Travel Centers, he decided to immediately buy more than 46,000 shares of Travel Centers stock. Then, when the acquisition actually happened and Travel Centers stock prices immediately shot up, Tyler quickly sold his shares, earning $1.8 million in profit. However, when Tyler realized that he would eventually get caught, he decided to confess to his wife what he had done. He probably expected her to help him, but she was instead so angry that she simply reported him to BP herself. Unfortunately for her though, not only did Tyler get arrested, she ended up getting fired herself for his actions. She later divorced Tyler, and he now faces up to 5 years in prison and a massive fine.
Dude, that is insane. I mean, that went about as bad as you could imagine. Jesus Christ.
We're cave diving Jackson Blue Spring in Mariana, Florida. There were definitely a few things I didn't expect, and I learned some hard lessons along the way. So the plan for this dive was simple. I wanted to go to some places that were not on the map and see what's there. And it just so happens in the process, this ended up being our longest cave dive ever at 4.5 hours long, made possible by using special equipment called rebreathers. Here we're passing through what's called the first breakdown to reach the area where I think there's a passage. I swim underneath a massive boulder, and just on the other side, as I suspected, I find a line. Doug and I follow the line through a low area until we reach something amazing. It's a miniature canyon formed by the water over thousands of years, but it appears to get narrower up ahead, and we continue until I can feel the cave start to brush the sides of my cylinders. I wasn't exactly sure how to pass, so I turned onto my side and just started pulling myself across the wall. And once on the other side, I stopped to consider the best place to turn around in here. I'll show you some even smaller places we find in my next video.
Man, when I say I am terrified of enclosed spaces, caves specifically, and then now you're putting me underwater in a cave. Whew. Shout out to the cave divers, because the footage they get is beautiful, magnificent. I just could never do it. I would die immediately. So, hey man, shout out to them. That's all I got for y'all tonight, gang. Thank you for rocking with me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace out.